they would have to know of him, and that's pretty much what the article from the Vatican said. If they exist, then, you see. It's not saying that they do or that they would accept it or anything like that.
Right.
And then, and what a bishop says about world religions, it's not an infallible statement or a statement from the See of Peter. So, and there's been odd bishops throughout the history of the church, and that doesn't mean that's what the church believes or people that follow it. And I just really felt I should mention that because, and then also, even though I'm, too young to have been to Fatima, I did go to Conyers, Georgia in 1992 just because I was in the area and I decided to check it out. And while I was praying the rosary, I did see a similar miracle of the sun. I didn't see any colors. But I did see the sun did appear to be silver. However, it did not look like a disc or any sort of UFO. And it seems to me that, like in my life, when Jesus has touched it and something supernatural has happened, it's totally natural, and you're like, oh, am I really seeing this? But because it just like kind of sneaks up on you in a way. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a thunderbolt from the blue. It's just like so natural. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievably beautiful. And I just wanted to make those points because I really felt like, especially like if you read Dave Hunt and that sort of thing, that I needed to defend my faith. And I hope that you're not offended by me saying that.
No, not at all.
Can't be, Lynn. It's somebody's opinion.
Absolutely.
Only got about a minute and a half left,
okay,
Lynn,
great.
so I want to wrap up with you. Give us a little recap of the Great Deception.
Well, in my opinion, the Great Deception is this coming alien invasion. It will happen. Well, alien invasion is probably too strong of a word. Alien revealing is probably more accurate. I believe it will happen after the fulfillment of ancient prophecies, specifically Ezekiel 38 and 39, which culminates in a war in the Middle East, of which Israel and Iran are certainly two of the main players. The world will look in horror as this war happens. Israel will respond with its nuclear arsenal. The opposing forces to Israel will be decimated, and I think this will trigger the supernatural. And what we will see are very large craft, 1-mile, 2-mile, 3-mile wide craft over the major cities of the world. They will tell us, very much like the Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull movie, that they are our progenitors, that they, in fact, created the world's religions, and now they'll show us who God is. And this will fulfill, in my opinion, many of these ancient prophecies, and it will cause... See, the Great Deception, George, is simply that people will believe the lie. And that's what's weird. Scripture actually says that God sends them strong delusion because they did not believe the truth. And most people don't even want to get near that prophecy because it's just way bizarre. It's like, why would God allow this to happen? Because they didn't believe the truth. But that's what it says. And I'm chilled when I read that. But
let me tell you, Lynn, this Great Deception could be right around the corner. Thanks so much for being on the program. For Karis Coburn, Dan Galante, Tom Danheiser, Gina Salvati, Lisa Lyon, Lex Lonehood, Sean Ladesseur, Ross Mitchell, Ian Punnett, and Art Bell. I'm George Noory, somewhere out there on Coast to Coast AM. We'll see you on our next edition. Until then, be safe, everyone.